Hello everyone, my name is Lacey. Welcome to my YouTube channel and I am back in action, baby. Well, I had made videos, I had posted videos, but I am feeling more like myself. I'm feeling more in the moment. Like honestly, I feel this feeling inside of me that I haven't felt in like a week or so. Even though I was chugging along, I was thinking positive, I was doing everything I needed to do, I was doing the work. Things happen, hormones happen, that's just how it goes. But I was feeling good and I thought about filming a video that I think could benefit not just myself, but everyone that watches my YouTube videos. And it's the concept of focusing on what you do want versus on what you don't want. When I first heard this concept and like really thought about it, when I first like studied or researched or whatever you want to call it, the law of attraction, spirituality, all of that jazz, all the woo woo stuff, it really kind of like itched my brain a little bit because when I've talked to people about it after I've gotten past that like concept and I kind of looked into it a little bit more and I kind of understand it more, usually when you hear people debunk manifesting or law of attraction or positivity, you'll kind of hear them say like, well, I'm doing the work, like I think I'm focusing on what I want, but I'm not getting it. Okay, so I want to clear that up. Focusing on what you want is great. But let's say you want $1 million, okay? And you're thinking in your head, oh, I want $1 million, I want $1 million, I want $1 million. But you're kind of like feeling like a little needy about it. Like, where's it at? Why isn't it here? Blah, blah, blah. That is technically you're focusing on what you do want. But you're giving the energy as if you don't already have the thing that you're looking for. And yes, I know it might not be like very easy for your mind to like kind of be delusional or delulu or whatever you want to say it. That's why you'll hear a lot of people say start with affirmations or things that feel right to your subconscious or feel right to you. It's not that you can't have those things. You can have the $1 billion, the rest of the $1 billion. You can have whatever you want more, but you have to go about it in a way that feels right to you, or you're going to have resistance. You're going to push away the thing. So when you're focusing on the thing you want, really, I think that you want to have the ideal in mind. You want to have the goal, the focus, all of those things in mind. But when you're thinking about those things, kind of first do it in a way that the affirmation or whatever it is feels right to you. You do not want to feel any resistance when you're saying or doing the thing. Plus, okay? Plus, you want to kind of be on the same frequency as what you're going for. So that's in a video I talked about before where you're rising up the frequencies. It doesn't mean like, or the emotional guidance scale. It doesn't mean that you can't get the things you want by being at a frequency that's not like super high all the time or super high energy, positive energy all the time. That does not mean you can't have those things, but it definitely does help, especially if you're feeling resistance in certain areas. Just because you kind of do feel more like in the flow or magnetic. Like, I think we've all felt it. Even if people aren't woo woo, they're not all positivity all the time. They've probably felt those days where like things they said just came to them. It's just like kind of like crazy, like how it works. It's not crazy. It's like synchronicities, but it feels kind of crazy in the moment. You're like, whoa, this is nuts. Like I said that thing and it came true. Like it's because you're like magnetizing what you are, and you might be like feeling a little good that day or feeling whatever. Like, so when focusing on what you do want, it's very important to make sure that you are going about it in a way that feels comfortable for you and would be on the same frequency or wavelength of the thing you want. So like let's say you're trying to manifest abundance or wealth. You probably want to like focus on gratitude and think about all the things you do have. Think about all the things you do have, which will help it. Buddy, what are you doing? Those things will help you like look at what you want and my cat's distracted me. by focusing on what you do have and all of that and all the love and abundance and the things you have in your life, you'll be able to realize where you actually have a very abundant life already. The fact that you're on the internet right now watching this video, you have all of these things to be grateful for. Even if it's hard sometimes to see that. And I do, if you watch a video where I talked about before, like feeling delusional or feeling that whatever, that's why you kind of have to go about it in a way that like makes you feel better. I think actually realizing that like most human beings are delusional and all of that kind of made me feel a little bit better about it, and I don't care as much about feeling delulu sometimes. Like it just doesn't affect me in the same way because I just see it as like we're all chugging along. We're all humans on this earth just trying to figure it out, and no one has it as much figured out as anyone else or vice versa. Like we're all just trying to figure it out and see what works for us. There's definitely people out there that it seems as though they've gotten everything they wanted and more, and you know, you can take advice from them or like listen to what they say, but that doesn't mean that they're 100% all the time. We're all just humans, and I think seeing it that way actually made me feel better about like reaching for the goals I want and more, because like I said before, it's really important, especially if you want to like magnetize big things, for your little ego inside of you or for that voice inside of you to kind of have a purpose of what you're going to do with it, because it kind of helps you like not worry about like, will this make me a terrible person? Well, you know what I mean? Like that kind of shuts up a little bit more when you have like a purpose, like you know what your end goal is, like you know what you want to do with it. You know what I mean? Like when you get that thing you want, what are you going to do with it? You know, like when you kind of know what it's for, it kind of helps you on your path a little bit more. So when focusing on what you do want, it's important to focus, like I said, on what you have already. Focus on feeling good when thinking about the things. So you can use lots of different tricks. I think of like happy times in my life, my animals, the people I love, times in my life that I did get things that I wanted, or, you know, just very happy moments in my life. And think about all the things I do have, all the amazing people in my life that support me, the roof over my head, the food I have to eat, all of those things that really help me raise my mood. Honestly, it really does help. Like even if I'm in like a really rough spot, like mentally, like those really, really, really do help. And so when focusing on what you do want, like I said, make sure it's something that feels right to you, okay? Don't like, I'm not saying you can't manifest or get these big, amazing things. Trust me, I believe in you. I believe in all of us. But from a way that doesn't cause resistance, which is one of the biggest parts where like blocks, resistance, all of those things, it is really important to go about it in a way that feels right to you and your subconscious, which is what really needs to get on board. You know, you have all of these blocks inside of you from your whole life that like, that's not to say that they cannot be erased, because all of the beliefs inside of you are just beliefs. They are things that can be changed by working towards it. But it is like something that doesn't like, when you go about getting what you want or manifesting things, like you kind of need to think about that. Like some people think you can just like poof it away, you know, like, oh, I can still have what I want even if, you know, even if I have the negative thoughts or doubt. And that's true. But when you're starting out, I do think it makes it a little bit easier if you kind of take into consideration that you do have this resistance up, to kind of like make yourself feel a little bit better. I don't know if everyone would agree with this, but like other people in the like woo woo spirituality lifestyle. But like, as you know, my YouTube videos kind of show you like or just my videos in general, just trying to show you the like sides of things that people don't always talk about. You know, because I think if people explain things in a way that didn't make it seem like you have to be perfect all the time, and like people, there wouldn't be as much resistance in general around the ideal of positivity or happiness. So because people, when they hear people be all positive and happy, it kind of like grosses them out because it's like, you know. But like, it is a beautiful thing once you feel it. Like, and I want to explain it to people and share it with you guys in a way that makes it easier for people to understand. I don't want to, is it gatekeeping? I don't want to gatekeep it, you know? Like, I'm not saying you have to live your life the way I do or you have to be the way I am. What are you doing, buddy? What are you doing? But I do know that there is a different way to feel than how I felt in the past. And if anyone's watching this and maybe you are looking for a way that feels different than the way you feel now, and you're trying to get out of these like negative patterns in your life, I really do think finding what your purpose is or what your goal is or what you do want is a really big first step in like helping you get out of feeling the way you do. I remember, focus on what you do want and not what you don't want. So in every aspect, what did I just say? In every aspect of life, I know it's very hard to like say, but I have all of these things going on. But you also have all of these amazing things going on, you know? When I hear people talk bad about it, I also like when they talk bad about people being positive and trying to manifest things, you hear those same people complain about stuff when they have the world in front of them. So when you think about it that way, it kind of makes me like want to like pat them on the back and be like, you know, I feel for you, because like we're all kind of trying to figure this out. And it's not saying anyone lives better than anyone else, but like to judge people for wanting to feel better about themselves because other people have less than, like we could all argue that about everything, you know? And so I do think about like really thinking about what you do have and all of, what are you, oh, he found a toy, all of the amazing things that you do have in your life really opens up like wonders of what like is in store for you. Because like everything in your life that you wanted up until this moment, or everything you have in your life in this moment, is something at one point you put out there. And so especially in the moment right now, like let's say you're looking around and things are kind of crazy, they're kind of hectic. Those are just like past manifestations, past thoughts. So focusing what you do want and how you do want to feel in this moment can really open up amazing doors for you by like making sure that like you're on the right path, instead of being like, well, I've wanted all these things and they're not here yet. Well, this moment right now is all that matters. This moment that you're watching this video right now, this moment that I'm making the video right now, you know, I'm in the moment. Like, this is the moment in time that matters. And then this is the moment in time that matters. And then so on and so on. Like, when we're focusing on what the past, what happened in the past and what may happen in the future, we're really losing out on that like cheesy hallmark term of being in the moment, you know, being present, you know what I mean? Like this moment is the present, that kind of cheesy saying, but it is true. Like, this moment right now, every moment that, like, whatever moment you're watching this, like, that really is all that exists. And when we're overthinking all of the things that could happen or have happened, we're really like losing out on what's happening right now. And the fact that like you have the ability to manifest or put things into your life in every moment. You have the ability to like look at the things around you that you don't like, okay? So let's say you're looking at everything around you, and when you're focusing on what you do want, it's really easy for you to see what you do not want. So you can kind of look at that and like realize what you want to change about your like surroundings. And not really change your surroundings, but change your inner state to then change your surroundings. I mean, yes, there are some things you could probably do. Like, you know, when I'm feeling not the best, I realize I need to clean up my home and like take care of that stuff. And that is external stuff. But a lot of the stuff that I need to do is internal. So I did think that, or okay, I did have a calling to come on here and make this video. And I don't know if any of it made sense, kind of like all my other videos. So maybe it does make sense more than I realize. But I kind of needed to talk about this too and kind of just like remind myself that it's something I've known for a minute. I'm getting a little feelings right now. I have been trying to, be the best I could be, even when my body was not listening to me. But I'm realizing that like during that time, I just really need to take care of myself, and that's kind of hard to do, especially like in a society where it's like go go go. Um, like hustle, hustle, hustle. But I'm not trying to live my life like that anymore. I'm trying to be more calm, cool, and collected. And I do know that. And sometimes, it, like I said before, like it is a learning game. It does take time. It's not right away that your mind is on board with, like your subconscious and your conscious are on board with what you're trying to like affirm inside of you, the things you're trying to change. Some of these things have been engraved in us for as long as long as can be. That doesn't mean that like you have to live your life that way, or that just because you believe it doesn't mean it makes it true. So like you're not stuck in this box of like, well, I've had all these beliefs, I have to do it this certain way. It feels like that for a minute sometimes, it does. Like, especially when you're trying to change things, you're gonna have all of these things around you that are like pushing back, like your body, your mind. Everything is going to be feeling a little rough about it because it's so used to and so comfortable with everything that it's been doing your whole life. Like, I'm about to be 30 years old. It's crazy to think, in like a few weeks. And some of these things that I'm trying to change in me, I've been accustomed to, or my mind has been on board with since I was a little child, And so like that doesn't take 5 seconds. Like some of the things can be fixed in a few seconds, but some things are gonna take a little like time. And I guess I don't give myself enough credit for that. I'm actually getting goosebumps right now talking about this. Like, I don't give myself enough credit for it. I don't think any of us do. If you're even watching this video, that means that you might be a little more aware than you realize. Like if this is put in your algorithm, or, people have been mentioning that lately, or you see it pop up, like something called you to watch this, even if you just knew me on the internet and you wanted to watch this. Like if you've watched it as much as this moment, like there is a reason why. And I do want to like say thank you, because like this is a part of the new path I'm on. And like he's so cute. And it means a lot to me, because this is gonna like, something in me tells me that this is the path I'm supposed to be on. That doesn't mean every moment I'm gonna remember that. I'm doing my best to remind myself and to like realize that it is supposed to be easy, and that I am doing enough. Like, and when I'm gonna congratulate myself real fast to say I am doing enough, because I've been a little crazy and hectic, but I just finished my 3rd week of my statistics class, and I have 100% in the class still. And it's for my environmental school and stuff. And I kind of don't give myself enough credit for the little accomplishments the accomplishments that I'm doing in my life, and that I am on track, I am on board. So I'm sure a few of you have had some accomplishments, or you have something that you're happy or excited for that you do. Please comment below if you want to, and tell us some things, because like if I want to make a little community here that like helps uplift each other, because I do believe in you guys. Like, I wouldn't be making these videos that are literally pouring my heart and soul onto the camera if I didn't like believe in you guys, and believe that like my message, or whatever it is, should be like spoken. And it is intimidating, it is scary, but I want to remind you guys that whatever you want out of life, you can have it too by just like being yourself. Be authentically yourself. Like I am truly being my authentic self. And I just hope that whatever you're doing in life, no matter how you're living your life, even if it's a million times different than mine, you're just being your authentic self, because that is enough. And it's not, after what I'm about to say, I'm going to end this, but I just thought of this. A few years ago, like right after I quit drinking alcohol, I remember sitting, getting my nails done. It was the first time I ever went to a spa getting my nails done. And I was talking about how I like just didn't want to drink anymore and I didn't want to do that. And the lady goes, "What if that was never you?" Like, because she was like very open. She was asking me lots of questions. I don't even know how we got on this concept. And when I'm around people, we ended up talking about all kinds of things. But like, she said to me, what if that was never you? What if the drinking or the beating yourself up or living your life that way, like, what if that was never truly you? And that, I think about that in this moment, because like, what if the beating yourself up or the not believing in yourself or whatever, what if that's not us? What if somewhere along the way someone taught us or something made us feel that way? And so the more we're I can't speak. The more we are our authentical authentic self, the more we'll be on like in flow, the more we will be, as long as we're doing what feels right to ourselves and not doing it because someone else told us or someone else expects it out of us, the more we'll be in flow, or the more we'll be true to ourselves. And yeah, I think that's a beautiful way to end this. So yeah, focus on what you want, on what you do want, and be your authentic self and be true to yourself. Focus on what makes you happy. Focus on what you want to do in life. Like, I know it's hard sometimes because you live your life a certain way, but like whatever you want to do, I hope you're doing it. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. I hope you have a wonderful day. I gotta pet him. He made a little noise. All right, thank you so much. Bye.